Well, just in case you had no idea what I'm talking about when I say insulating the roof, well, you see all those rolls here? That's all insulation that needs to go up between the ribs of the roof, you know? And so far only 2 done, but there are 29 more to go, okay? So all around, by the way, this is the front of the house. So, and then at the back, of course, there are also strips that need to be filled with insulation, and those rolls of insulation need to go into the floor, you know, so that needs to be done as well. And just so you know, the conduits over there are where the little let's call it a bathroom will be constructed. A short update to show you what I'm up against. You know, look at what some Canadian invaders did to one of the support beams in my house. Yeah, they had a large meal of pine wood, you know, because this beam is pine, and they seem particularly fond of that sort of wood. So yeah, I had to treat this length here, you see, which is about 3 yards, and it's stinking hot right now under the roof. And yeah, well, I'm done for the day. I've done this for about 3 hours now, and I'm tired and slightly dehydrated, so I'm going to stop now. I just wanted to give you an idea, okay, what I'm up against. Oh God, let me show you. Whoa. Yeah, and it's not easy to move around here. Okay, hang on, let me show you. So let me show you a particularly bad bug-ridden piece of wood I broke out. There, you see that? That's what those critters do to wood. They munch themselves through a board like this. Yeah, and this is how one of those boards should have looked like. You see? And this is the board I broke out. So yeah, not good. Nearly a year ago, I started work on building my new lab, which would be housed in my attic. And the works halted for a few months because I fell ill. Now that I'm more or less recovered, I wanted to show you a bit of progress I made on doing the roof. So you can see over there where I'm shining my spotlight, I installed some vertical braces that support the roof beams, okay, and those braces will not only support the roof beams but will also function as vertical placeholders for the wall I'm going to build in later on. Now you see I installed several of those, and there are in fact 5 of them all over the roof. You can see one over there too. and just one peaking over that roll of insulation. Now, most of my time until now went into insulating the lanes between the roof timbers that run down to the edge of the roof, and you can see the insulation right there between those lanes, okay? And there are quite a number of them, so I had to stuff at least 15 of those lanes on this side of the roof. Now what I'm doing is I'm building traverses or connecting beams to the roof beams, not only obviously to reinforce them or to stiffen them up, but also to have something to hang up the ceiling from later on. Okay, so, and there should be 5, but up to now I've only hung up 3 of them, and you can tell how I attach them to the roof beam. Okay, so 2 8mm steel bolts with steel plates on both ends, you know, as you can see there. Okay, alright, so that's how I attach the traverses or the cross beams to the roof beams. Okay, so there you go. So that's what I'm doing up to now. The next step will be to repeat on the other side of the roof the same sort of motions, well, except for these ones. I mean, once you place these, that's it, yeah. But I need to install 5 of those vertical support beams, you could say, on the other side of the roof, which is on this side. Okay, so yeah, that will be my next job. As you can tell, it's quite chaotic for the moment in here. So yeah, there's still a lot of work to do, but we're making steady progress. So except for installing 2 horizontal beams under the roof like these, I need to install 5 more vertical support beams, or support planks maybe is what you call them, or braces, on this side. And I also need to stuff each and every lane with insulation wool, 15 of them in fact. So yeah, I'm being kept busy, as you can tell. So yes, slowly but surely work is resuming, not only on my future lab but also on future restorations. So thanks a lot for all of you for keeping faith and remaining loyal subscribers to my channel. So there you go. All the cross beams are attached to the rafters, or to the rafter perhaps, and well, I would say off to the next job. And the next job will be to place spacers between each of the roof beams, yeah, and those spacers will increase the stiffness of the roof beams so that they can support a lot more weight pushing down on them either horizontally by the wind or vertically by the weight of the roof tiles. Oh yeah, I need to push the next bit of insulation down that rabbit hole, all the way down there. And I need a tool for that. So I'm gonna take my stick. Yeah, I need my stick, like Mike the Scavenger would say. So there it is, my stick. So, and I'm going to push the next block of insulation into this gangway here, or into this slit. So let's see how well we manage. So I take my stick and I give it a shove like this. Yeah, and we push it all the way down like this. I don't know if you can see this, guys, because it's pretty dark here, but let's see. With a little bit of extra light you should be able to see it. There you go. So what I do is I shove the insulation block all the way down the lane, and you can tell there's quite a bit of dust being released doing this. Yeah, so for those who are interested in technical details, this insulation is, if I'm not mistaken, 7 inches thick rock wool, and I'm cutting blocks of it, roughly 60 centimeters, or I'd say about 30 inches long. Yeah, and I shove those piecemeal down these lanes between the support beams of the roof, and that's how I slowly but surely fill up my roof with insulation. Excuse me. So yeah, there's a lot of dust, and I'm wearing a dust mask, you know, just so you know. Okay, so yeah, if you're going to do this kind of work, wear a dust mask, okay, because this is really not very healthy air. So that's it for now. Well, you remember that 2 summers ago I put in a staircase. So what I did now was put in some braces like that one, okay, and I also reinforced some of the beams alongside the staircase, yeah, which in fact I did with some industrial strength glue, and you could say a plank of the same width and height as the original plank you see there. Okay, so, and then I also placed vertical braces like these, okay, and I used 8mm steel bolts and a self-locking nut, okay, and I also used 3mm thick steel plates, as you can tell. Yeah, so on both sides. And there you go. And I also finished insulating all the let's say the complete lower part of the roof. Yeah, I inserted insulation in each gangway, you could say, between two supporting beams of the roof, all the way to the bottom of the roof. Now, what I haven't done yet, or well, what I will do next, is insulating all the whole upper part of the roof. Okay, and the reason why I waited to do this was because I needed to insert all those braces you see running along the whole length of the roof. Yeah, so but now that they're all in and all the braces are installed, okay, the horizontal and the vertical braces, and the reinforcement of the main support beams, yeah, all with wood and industrial strength glue, I can finally start installing all the insulation. And you see, I'm ready for that. So I'll start putting in insulation on that side of the roof, and I'll work my way down to the other side. And the same goes for the other side of the roof, of course. So I'll work my way down there, all the way towards the window, which is here. Okay, and then continue all the way down to this side. So once all the insulation is installed, the next thing I will do is install a floor using OSB boards of about 18 millimeter thick, all over the floor, in fact. Yeah, and create a floor. But while installing all the boards, I will also obviously install all the electrics. So yeah, there's still plenty of work to do, but there's finally some progress. So I'll keep you posted. Now, one of the reasons I'm on the roof, it's February now, is also because we had a very heavy storm. In fact, it was the storm called Dennis that went over us, and the storm blew away one of the roof tiles, as you can tell. So I'm documenting the all in all very small damage for the insurance company. Okay, so yeah, probably they'll send somebody to well, repair the missing or replace the missing roof tile. But otherwise, the roof weathered the storm pretty well. So I'm quite happy, actually. It could have been much, much worse. But all in all, the roof, the chimney, everything weathered the storm rather well. So yeah, that's a big relief. So next I'll give you an update as soon as I can on progress building my new lab space. I hope pretty soon, let's say maybe beginning of March, I'll be able to continue work.